Hey guys, check us out at www.youtube.com/user/Lake Effect Radio Station/feed for past shows and interview videos.
It's a local music spotlight here on Lake Effect Radio. Good night tonight, Counting Sheep.
Now every time I close my eyes, I recognize my fear inside. I'm past the point to run and my thoughts are racing in and out of my head. Can't stop thinking of what's under my bed. I'm just so tired of counting sheep. My world is hanging by a thread. Can't stop going over every word that you said. Oh, but you're still counting sheep. Tossing and turning in your sheets and dreaming of those things you'll never be. And I try my hardest to let you see this through, but it's up to you. Now every time you close your eyes, you recognize the fear inside. You're past the point to run and hide.
All right, it's Wednesday morning. We want to welcome everyone to the Scott and Steve Show. We have a couple guests to get here again with us today, so we'll let them take a moment to introduce themselves. They've been here lately, young man.
I'm Kyle.
Hi, Kyle. All right, Jeremiah, want to introduce yourself? Say good morning.
Wait, what?
Jeremiah, would you like to introduce yourself and say good morning?
Wait, what?
I think he'll
All right,
pass.
so Jeremiah's here as well. Jeremiah's a regular with us, so we'll move on from that. But we have a lot of exciting topics here today. It is time to kick things off. It's warm weather. Let's first talk on
It
that,
is
guys.
nice
It's
day
been
outside.
beautiful weather lately. A little rain today, but still warm, so we got to like that.
That's right.
Yeah,
April
can't
showers
complain.
bring May flowers.
It's
And
not
Kyle-
April.
They're going in April.
And what do May flowers bring, Kyle?
Sunshine.
Pilgrims.
Oh, boy.
Boom.
Come on. There's history there. History's got it. Excellent.
That's what
excellent.
you know. It's a drum roll, right?
What's that?
The hot buttons.
Hot buttons. No, I don't know about hot buttons.
1 through 12, it's actual drum roll.
All right, let's try it.
You gotta click on the screen.
F 1 through 12, or if you click on it.
Oh, we got all kinds of...
Oh, we
Bad
got some
stuff happening.
special effects here, apparently.
Our legroom problem is 10.
All right. Okay, this doesn't sound like a drum roll.
No, but it does sound like...
Look up there.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Some applause. We get that regular here. So, outstanding.
And here we go.
All right, well, our first topic today we talked about is going to be the...
Okay, click it again. No, click it one more time.
Same button.
holy cow, technical difficulties.
Sorry.
He's fired.
I like being able
It's either you let it run or you go and
Okay,
click
we'll let it
again
run. We'll
to
let it
turn
die
off.
out.
There
At
you
least
go.
I know. At least I know hot buttons now.
We have hot buttons. So Steve is our keyboard specialist over here today.
Guru.
He's doing an outstanding job.
When you
Right.
see fire or
Learning.
smoke coming out of the office, then you know he broke it.
All kinds of good stuff happening.
Right,
We have a
right.
message in today. Is that true? Anybody
Yeah,
saying
it
something?
looks
What do
like-
they got to say here?
Donald Trump, President Donald Trump's writing in, huh?
Trump is always
What
listening
is
to
going
us.
on? I'm lost.
I'm surprised he's not a little bit busy down there.
If I do know the original author of this, they are pretty lost all the time.
Oh wow,
Ooh,
we're getting
that's
political
below the
here.
belt.
We'll see if he responds back to that or not.
You'll
Donald-
find out on his Twitter.
Donald Trump, you are the president, so we have faith for the next 3 years and 10 months.
There you go.
So let's make something good
It's
happen.
not like we're counting.
All right, so with that, let's talk about, speaking of things that are funky, let's talk about
Right.
the NBA All-Star Game.
Right.
Oh, my God. 192, 182 in a defensive struggle.
Ooh.
Oh, I tell you, outstanding.
Doesn't sound like there was a defense to struggle.
No, it struggled. Yeah, it struggled to show up there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's gotten a lot of press lately, obviously, as far as what All-Star games in general have become. I mean, the Pro
Right.
Bowl, the NHL All-Star Game, Major League
You know-
Baseball All-Star Game, and now this is just unbelievable.
Right. You know, I had this conversation with our lead communications officer at the police department, John. A couple of you, John, no, Scott knows him, but
Dr. Tice?
Dr. Tice, yes, that's a good one.
John, shout out to you there, young man. Please,
have to,
please text in and let us know what you're
I'm
thinking.
gonna have to remember that, but you know, the significance, I guess, of the NBA All-Star. You know, and he had actually brought up a good point. You know, and he agreed. I think it was just meaningless. It was good to see them get out, showboat, do whatever they want to do, but you know, it's not realistic basketball.
Right.
All right. It's basketball with no rules. And sure, it's a time to get out and have fun and such, but much like any other All-Star game, minus football, it's right smack dab in the middle of the year.
Right.
You know, none of them are playing. They don't want to get hurt.
Right.
They're now getting down to crunch time where games matter.
Right.
You know, and that's what you're going to see. You know,
Okay.
and baseball at least incentivized it for home field advantage for the World
And
Series.
they took that away.
After this year,
Yeah.
did they really?
Yes.
Why?
Wow.
Because the rationale that you hear is that managers aren't managing to win until early on. It put an edge on it, like, because your starting pitchers are throwing 1 inning, maybe 2 innings.
Right.
So it gave it a thought that it just wasn't realistic for them trying to win the game, and so they got rid of that. They're getting rid of that.
You mean early in the season?
Yeah, I'm talking about the All-Star Game itself. To have such an award as a home field advantage happen when, you know, when you
Okay,
get
I
to the
get it, I
All-Star
get it.
Game,
Yeah.
it's a vote-in from fans.
Sure.
And then when you have a team, it's literally you want to play everyone, but then you sometimes can't play everyone.
Right.
It's got rules on, you know, with a pitcher, you know, you can't always have the best pitchers there because if they
Right.
pitched close to the All-Star Game, they're not available.
Okay.
Then the guys that you have there are only going to throw 1, maybe it's 2 inning max if
Right.
it gets stressed out.
So,
It's not a real game either to determine
Right.
something like that. It's
so
just
what
not a
is the
real
purpose
game.
of an All-Star game? Just to signify the halfway mark, or at least in the NFL, the end of the year?
Well, I think at one point it was something it was an honor at one point.
Right.
You know, it was something that was voted on, you know, with fans and stuff, and the idea was to say, hey, these are the best of the best. Unfortunately, it's morphed into a show, you know, not a game, but a literal show.
Right.
And you know, from my end, you know, it's not even enjoyable to watch.
Right.
You know, and so I think it's too bad. You know,
I think Jeremiah agrees with you on that because of what you guys were talking about in the lead-in. I don't watch it. I wouldn't quantify myself as a huge NBA fan. I
Right.
kind of start watching playoffs.
right.
Probably when, you know, all of us other
You mean
fair
when the-
weather fans
You mean
join
when the
in.
players start to play?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right.
You know, my love is football.
Right.
So I don't necessarily get invested into baseball probably until mid-September.
Sure.
You know, as the picture's becoming clearer.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I think. I mean, let's be honest. They're playing for winners get $50,000.
Right.
You know, which is a pay cut for most fans or for most players.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so yeah, we're winning,
Yeah.
but it's a pay cut. I mean,
Right.
you know, I think the money becomes meaningless. I do think it should be an honor to be named an All-Star, but on the same aspect, I agree with you with the in-season concept. It's in my view, it's clearly not working at this present time.
Right.
But the problem is if you go to the postseason, a la football, look how many football players chose not to participate.
Right.
You know, and that's a shame too.
I get the ones who are going to the Super Bowl. I get
Well,
that.
that makes sense.
Right.
Sure.
But, you know, play.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Right.
I don't know. I'm sure people do enjoy just going for the event and the seeing, you know, all those stars gathered on one
Sure.
event. You know, maybe say once in a lifetime experience, but at the same time, it's a waste.
Absolute waste.
I mean, I guess part of it is now that we have a winning team in Cleveland, i.e., we'll just roll with the Cavs. I know the Indians had a successful year and stuff like that, but since we're talking about the NBA, I wanted to see or hear about LeBron and Steph Curry going at it. That's a good feud, on-court feud.
Right.
I'm not sure if they're close, because many of the players are close between traveling to different teams that they get traded or just coming up and whatever. But I would have to say that's one good feud that I don't think stops off the court.
Right. Well, the funny thing about that is, I mean, when the young man was coming down to dunk and Steph Curry was, quote, in the lane, I mean, he literally laid down on the court.
Right.
And the guy goes over him to dunk the ball. I mean, that's just...
Shouldn't they have saved that for the dunk contest, which is almost meaningless
He might have
now?
dropped his mouthpiece.
Oh, it's just I just
he
find it
chews on
horrible.
it.
Yeah, I just find it horrible, and LeBron James, wonderful player, no question from my perspective. But on the same aspect for him, his comment on the weekend is, hey, it was a show and no one got hurt. That's the most important thing. And so it was a successful weekend. And you know what? To the point you made earlier, no one can get hurt. I mean, look at the All-Star game in baseball years ago when Pete Rose dropped that catcher, broke his leg. And I don't want to say ended his career, but certainly ended the season. And pretty much a career at that point. I mean, you don't want to see that either in an exhibition game, but
I'm glad
this is just bad.
I'm glad he acknowledged it is a show.
Right.
It's not a game. Then maybe they shouldn't purport it as a game. Then just All-Star Weekend.
Right.
Pickup game or something, whatever you want to call it. But to sell it as a NBA-esque level of play.
Right. It's not.
I think you lost a lot of viewers this year, and they might be less apt to tune in next year.
I would agree. I mean, I think that this year the pendulum clearly swung too far the other way. And I would also comment on some of the other activities. You mentioned briefly the dunk contest.
Right.
I mean, I don't know that's lost its luster as well.
There's nothing you can do anymore that's going to wow anybody.
Right.
When I was a kid and that first started up, it was like, wow.
Right.
These guys are doing things
I mean,
you
drone
never saw
was-
before.
I had a drone drop a basketball. I mean, that's state of the art, like new material, but it's like really a drone.
Yeah. Right. Because there's nothing they can do anymore that's going to,
Right, and let's be honest, the best players are not in the contest.
Right.
I mean, back in the day, unless you were hurt,
right.
Michael Jordan was in it.
It was expected.
Jay was in it. Daryl Dawkins was in it. I mean, the guys that were the best dunkers,
right.
if you will, at that time, and that's no longer the case. You know, and I'm not saying that's the worst thing, but on the same aspect, again, what are we doing? And then you have that thing where you have the musicians are out there trying to play their game and stuff. It's like, come on, it's I don't know.
It's a spectacle.
Yeah, it's just a bad situation from my perspective.
Right.
But again, that's the old school, I guess, coming through there. You, Jeremiah, awful quiet over there. You support, not support? What are your thoughts on this?
I didn't watch either the All-Star or the dunk.
Me neither,
I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah,
I just saw pictures. That's all.
I had yard work to do.
But isn't that really what we're talking about? I mean, think about what we're talking about. The NBA is still trying to grow their game.
Right.
All right. You want I mean, this is a spectacle. You're hoping that it might draw the casual fan and say, "Wow, that's a pretty cool thing."
Right.
But I mean, in this room here, we got people saying, it's a joke, and I don't want any part of it. And isn't that really the problem?
Well,
with it?
it's very indicative, I guess, of NFL preseason games. They don't mean anything.
Right. Right.
Drop the last two, make it part of the regular season, extend it by 2 games, and make it 18.
Right.
I just think that of the dunk contest wise, it should be it should be all about the younger players. I mean, it should, but it's mostly been the younger players that have been entered in the dunk contest. It's never a veteran like LeBron James or even Kobe when he was playing and stuff and everybody else. I mean, Why can't they involve themselves in a dunk contest or something like that, or a 3-point shooting like Kyrie Irving did?
A lot of it actually could just be hidden in their contract, could be hidden in their liability.
Yeah, that's true, too.
insurance.
That's very possible.
Insurance
I
for
don't
the
know.
players.
I mean, how can you really get injured on doing a dunk? I mean,
Really?
If you fall, but
Rim.
Oh, you
Yeah,
could
the
be,
rim
yeah.
come down, whack you.
like
Let me go through.
like
can
what
break a
Shaq
wrist.
did, like what Shaq did. Shaq
I mean, but-
Shaq broke the whole entire basketball backboard.
Oh, Daryl Dawkins was
Yeah,
famous for that multiple times.
Yeah.
But I mean, you would break bones.
I would say though that you want to see the whole weekend change. Have someone like LeBron James get hurt.
Really?
in an
Oh,
exhibition
it would be
game
toned
there,
down.
and it would change.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah. It would be the D League. playing.
I mean, but they play in the All Star game though. I mean, I want the difference between All Star game playing stuff and doing dunk contests or 3-point shootings and stuff like that. I mean, how is that any different than playing the All Star game?
Well, I kind of honestly think that is part of the problem is that there is nothing there. So, can you imagine if Steph Curry, LeBron James, or some other marquee player got hurt
Yeah.
in that farce of what they call a
Right.
game exhibition? I mean, literally doing nothing. You know what I mean? And just trying to do the showboat passes. I mean, it's you know.
I mean, they're good at
it's
their
just not-
craft, but they also are
Right.
labeled as professionals. So I hope you guys can have those moves or do whatever you need to.
I mean, in my opinion, I personally think that the All Star games in every category of sports should be after the big game.
right.
Because then you can go out and you have fun, do whatever, not be worried about oh, I gotta win this game and blah blah blah. But the All-Star games don't matter anymore.
Right. Well, that's because like even with the NFL, it's at the end of the season
Yeah.
before the Super Bowl though. So you got those guys who are going to the Super Bowl who don't want a chance to get hurt. But,
Yeah.
But then again, in football, you get injured, you can be out. It could be career ending, number one.
Yeah.
Or it's going to spill over into the next year.
I mean, I think football is the one sport where you can actually hurt yourself more than any other sport because if you're running back or your quarterback, you get hit in a certain spot. I can say the same way as hockey too. I mean, you get hit,
Right.
hit that way too. But it's like I would love to see some of these big name players and stuff like a Tom Brady or Phillip Rivers and stuff like that play in the All-Star games after the season's over with instead of just playing during when the big games the next game to play. It should be all having fun and like not showing off, but like showing what you've got, like what all your skill levels are.
And I would agree with some of that. The issues that I see though are when you're having a game at the end of the season, let's say, take football as an example, you've got players that literally have not played now for 3 weeks or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't chance either.
You've got you've also now you're throwing guys together who don't work together, don't scheme together, don't have that. So if I'm the New England Patriots, do I want Tom Brady to sit behind the line? Because
They know.
Because in my view, the offensive blocking scheme is probably more difficult to put together than a defensive rush.
And some players don't like one another.
If I'm an end, you're going straight. You're doing a swim move, a spin move, and you're going at the quarterback. So if you know what I mean, and I think there's so much money involved now. In the regular season and with the players that it actually makes it so it almost has to be a game where the risk of injury is minimal, and that makes the game, unfortunately, from my perspective, just not fun to watch because not for the injury part, but because there's no intensity, there's no play, and that's not just the NBA. That's the Pro Bowl, that's NHL hockey. It's you name it. It's just for me as a spectator, it's not fun to watch. It's
Right.
like watching a regular season in the NBA when they're not playing. I mean, that drives me crazy. And I don't like watching it, which is one of the reasons why I enjoy college sports more, quite honestly, is they're out there playing and they're giving it their all, if you will, every game. Not as skilled, not as talented, not as fast, strong, what have you, but they're trying,
Right.
unless we're comparing them to some of our local teams.
I mean, I personally like I've all like the things like the skill competition, all that stuff. I personally like the hockey ones because they show off more than you see on ice.
Right.
But also, they also get their family involved, and like their sons or daughters involved and stuff, and all that stuff. And I think it's pretty cool. His family is important and stuff. In sports and stuff, and you have good relationships and stuff. But I like seeing people's families, being being able to play together and stuff, just having fun.
I agree with that, but do you sell a ticket for $300 to watch?
I don't want to watch
no,
a kid
but-
play.
to watch somebody play
Nope.
with their
No, but
son or kid.
I want it highlighted, the best of the best, giving their all against each other.
Yeah, it's otherwise, quite honestly, give them the break and move on. If that's really what it's about, they need a break.
Well said,
Give them
Scott.
a break. I'm glad you figured out the buttons. All right, very good. Well, with that, I do
Wanna
have
take a
to
little break?
head out. Yeah, because I'm
All
going
right,
to be
we're
heading
gonna-
out early there, so we wish you
We're
all
going to say
luck.
goodbye to Scott while we take a little bit of a break, but we'll be right back afterward.
All right, go Lakers.
I'm a one-way motorway. I'm a road that drives away, follows you back home. I'm a streetlight shining man. I'm a white light blinding bright, burning off and on. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again. I'm a new day rising. I'm a brand new sky to hang the stars upon tonight. I'm a little divided. Do I stay or run away and leave it all behind? It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again.
You got it. It was just
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Scott and Steve Show. minus Scott. Scott had to boogie away, so it's just myself, Steve, along with Jeremiah and Cal. So before the break, we were talking about the NBA, more or less, more of the NBA than any other sport, but in general, all-star games. And I think the general consensus is as time has gone on, the all-star game itself has become more meaningless. I think in whatever sport, I think it's just an easy way to make an extra couple thousands of dollars for being voted as what the fans and the coaches and the AP and the other sports writers deem a all-star. So,
and having the league or whoever pick up a little vacation.
Sure. I mean, look at the NFL. It used to be every year the All-Star game was in Hawaii. I mean, that was a great breakaway. I mean, who doesn't want to go to Hawaii and enjoy some football? So, before we get into the next topic, though, I do want to plug, today is our monthly Coffee with the Cops event in the CLI, A2102, I think, and A2103 rooms. One of our own officers, Joe Colnane, he is a member of the Marshals Task Force, Fugitive Task Force, and he's going to be talking a little bit about his involvement in the task force and about the task force in general. So that takes place at noon, goes for about an hour, open to public, faculty, staff, students, anybody who's not, whoever's listening, whoever wants to show up and learn a little bit about the task force. It is a task force that's comprised of many members of different law enforcement agencies out for a common goal and tax dollars at work. So these are some of the things that people might see on the news highlighted for the Violent Fugitive Task Force. So come on down, 12 o'clock noon, Coffee with the Cops. Can't make it this month. We try to host it every month. Classes are in session on the last Wednesday of each month.
That's true.
I still have not seen Jeremiah at one recently. And I think you've been to a couple, but...
Three?
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. Traditionally, though, I like to plug it. It's tough for students because students are on a schedule. Most of our attendees are, employees of the college, which is still great, still appreciate it, but trying to still break into that aspect of the student
I need to pay attention to your guys' like page or something, grab some of these and actually get them recorded before and then plugging away.
You mean the actual Coffee with the Cops?
Yeah, the whole advertisement thing.
Right.
And need to get back to that.
Right, yeah. We'll take any kind of suggestion for advertising. It's difficult to advertise, if you will.
Well, I know you guys throw up on your like page, and I need to pay attention to that, grab it, and record it.
Yeah. So if you're not a fan or whatever they call it nowadays with Facebook, we do have a Facebook page, Lakeland Community College Police Department. So if you don't like us yet, just throw us a like. We do post things that are relevant. We try not to pepper everybody every day with something useless or anything, but we do like to stay engaged every couple of days. But we also do report when colleges are closed, whether for holidays or also for inclement weather or emergency purposes. So it's definitely a good tool to access.
That's helpful.
What's that, when we're closed?
No, when it's helpful when I see that.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, sometimes, it's the sign of the times, and that's, social media is definitely
a few years ago when losing power at your house.
Right.
Go on Facebook and see, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So not only does Lakeland have their own official Facebook page, but we, the police department, do as well. So we're almost at 1,000 likes. Wish we had more. Always looking to get more. Broaden our
horizon.
Well, not necessarily our horizon, but broaden our base of followers. And more followers means the more we can get out and get the message out. So with that being said, Kyle, you're kind of quiet over there. What you got going on?
Waiting for my Facebook to load.
Okay, so you're gonna like our page right now?
Try to find it. What's it called? The Lakeland Police Department.
Lakeland Community College.
Okay.
Police Department. So.
What are we in right now?
Lakeland Community College.
Very good.
we're right now we're in our studio, so.
No violence. No violence until I'm out of here.
Violence?
Yeah.
We don't do violent things.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good. So.
I leave that up for you.
Yeah. It's been a while. So, what else is going on? What are you guys working on right now in your student journeys? What kind of classes you got?
Human resources.
Human resources class?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me a little bit about the class that teaches you about human resources.
Oh, you get to learn about, the Civil Rights Acts, all
Right.
that stuff.
Now, are you looking to go into human rights? Or human resources, I'm sorry.
No, requirement for management degree.
Management. Okay.
Yeah.
4-year?
Now to 2.
You're going for 2-year? Okay.
But then that's going to transfer over. So,
Right.
yeah.
So you're going to pursue the 4-year after you're complete anyway?
So, yeah, get to sit for a class and listen about judicial, all that stuff,
Right.
acts. By the way, it's the Civil Rights Act of 1892.
Right.
I never knew that until that class.
I mean, that's why you're at school, though, to learn. Now, what do you plan on pursuing with this degree, though? Is there a final end, or is this something that you're just kind of testing out to see if you like it or not?
I sort of like it.
Right.
So, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm really more banking on my marketing.
Marketing? Marketing is
Than
interesting. I enjoy marketing. I'm not in marketing, but I'm that guy when I'm watching TV or a movie, I'm always looking for product placement, which is obviously huge for a marketing aspect. But marketing is a big thing. Kyle, what are you studying?
I am studying radio production and broadcasting. So the class that I take on Fridays is it's called staff practice 2.
Okay. So are
It's
you
like,
looking to go into the behind-the-scenes aspect, or you want to be the on-air personality?
I want to work my way up, work my way up from the bottom, from
Okay.
the bottom to the top.
Right.
So I most likely work behind the scenes first, and work my way up to the top, which would be being on air.
Right.
Which will probably take me. I want to take maybe 5-10 years after I get my certificate.
Okay. You have a name you go by, on-air name?
DJ Hollywood.
DJ Hollywood. It's like Hollywood Hogan. You remember Hollywood Hogan?
Yeah.
Actually, Hollywood, California.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Hulk Hogan's alter ego, Hollywood.
Good times.
Yes. Sports.
So you
Little
as a
sports twist to it.
So you as a student, what are you pursuing?
I am pursuing my 4-year degree through Youngstown State. I'm right now in statistics class and a criminal
That
justice
sounds
class.
horribly not fun.
Actually, here's the
Statistics.
funny thing. Me and math, we have never been friends. Okay,
Yeah.
and anybody who's listening, you have to understand how long ago it was I came to school here. But when I did come to school here, we were still on quarters, and for my degree, my law enforcement associate's degree, it was math or natural science, and of course, I went right for the science. So, my last math class was my junior year of high school, and that was geometry. All right. So I haven't done anything computational wise in the better part of 23 years. So now, fast forward, I'm going back to school for my bachelor's degree, and then I see, in the list of classes that are required, I do see statistics. And I'm just dreading it. I have to honestly say, the instructor, Connie Shikani, great instructor. And she had even prefaced the class the first day of basically saying, hey, don't get too intimidated by this, because I have people who really enjoy math have not a difficult time, but it's different than your algebraic computation, so on and so forth. But people who are intimidated by it find out, hey, this isn't so bad, and actually enjoy it. And luckily, I am one of those people. I'm actually enjoying it. Now, don't get me wrong. My brain hurts at the end of class. It's about a 2-hour class, and it's just a lot of formulas and numbers going on. But she teaches it in a way that it's broken down, simplified. Then you put it together, and then voila, here's the answer. And it's like, wow, So that's one of my classes that I'm taking this semester. Second class is a community corrections course, and that's about a 3-hour class, 1 day a week on Monday evenings. So. Not necessarily elementary for me. Obviously, I've been doing this for almost 20 years, but being that corrections is an aspect of law enforcement I don't deal with other than, actually taking said prisoner to the jail. It's kind of that process from after arrest through jail, the courts, probation, parole, depending if you're in, prison, so on and so forth. So very interesting course. But coming back to school, I started back a year ago to pursue this, and the classroom has changed for the better, but different from what I remember it. All the technology in the classroom, so on and so forth. I mean, technology when I came to school here was your paper and your pencil. So the internet was just starting to kind of get big. I mean, I used to be, when I first got on the internet, it was, I think, $5 an hour through AOL. Yes, you had to pay hourly. So,
yeah, we didn't get it till like early 99.
yeah, I got it in
Middle
95.
99.
I hated dial-up. That was awful.
Oh, and it was all dial-up. I mean, it was,
Here-
geez.
you-
Can't even
here's
remember the
awful-
numbers, like 19.2K or
I
whatever.
mean, hear this awful noise. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my ears.
Well, the worst thing
That's your
was-
modem, modulator, demodulator
Yeah, it's like
sound.
that thing that makes this awful noise, and
Right.
as it's dialing up, it's like, really? It
Yeah.
has to make the noise?
Oh, yeah.
As soon as Wi-Fi came in the picture, I was like, screw dial-up. I'm going
Not
for
even
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, man. I mean, just even high speed in general. You know, that much quicker. But, yeah, things have changed in the educational aspect. You know, I mean, just even Blackboard, accessing things through that way, the faster return time on grades and doing homework or tools to
Submitting.
help you study and submitting, exactly.
Yeah.
So, definitely the good side of technology, because I'm a firm believer that technology is a double-edged sword. You know,
It is.
where we put a lot of our eggs in one basket, you know, on the same hand, you know, it's when it goes down, you know, you feel lost, empty, whatever. So,
Or you're sitting there, you're doing a test or whatever online, then
Yeah.
all of a sudden your browser freezes up for
Or your
5
power
minutes.
goes out.
oh, that's not good. I've never had that happen.
My sister was taking a test on I think it was on Blackboard, and she had to submit it. She had to submit it by early next morning, and somehow our internet box went out because some idiot construction people cut our like power line whatever to the box stuff.
Right.
Our box was just hanging outside. He's like, why would you guys do that? And all the TVs that were on went out, and the internet went out. The whole thing went out.
How long were you down for?
A whole day.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I had that
try and
happen.
explain that to the instructor that the dog ate your homework.
Or your cable went out.
Yeah. I mean,
Your
but
internet
it does
went out.
happen, though. I mean, that's
It
one of
does
those
happen
things
sometimes.
that, you know,
Or your
and I'm
internet's-
sure you're probably
or your
not.
internet's slow and it's not loading the page correctly, and
Right.
you don't want to refresh because if you refresh, you may lose everything.
Right. And I'm sure you're not the only one who's ever, you know, been in that kind of situation and gone through technical difficulties. So, but going to school, it's pretty interesting, you know, especially when you work 40 hours a week, you know, got some classes in there, obviously, you know, life to deal with too. So
Yeah.
juggling a couple different things, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. You know, I think the hardest thing for going back to school was finally just doing it. You know, you come up with so many excuses, and well, some of them aren't even excuses, but just good things that keep you from doing it. But actually coming down to the wire and doing it, you know, I'll be 40 here soon, so it's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah,
So
that's why
if you're
I just
listening,
go at it.
if you're listening, I think my message, you know, if you're trying to find, you know, the message here and what we're talking about is stay in school as long as you can, you know, and get these things done before, you know, life happens, because life does happen, and it happens quick. And then sometimes it throws you things that you weren't necessarily expecting, and
It throws you a curveball.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily derail you, but it does tie you up a little bit, you know. So stay in school. You know, if you're looking to climb that ladder of the 2-year here at Lakeland, and you want to go for your 4-year, whether it's at the Holden University Center or another institution, you know, make that smooth transition. You know, I know some students might take that year or two break, you know, save money or whatever. I don't know anybody who's ever really been successful, you know, in maintaining that schedule. You know, more times than not, it goes further out. So stay in school.
And my sister, it took her a year and a half
right
after we graduated to go.
to come to college. Yeah.
Well, she went to a tech school in Columbus for veterinarian.
Right.
16, 18-month program.
Okay.
Dang.
So, yeah, but year and a half difference there.
Right.
Yeah, she sure struggled.
Yeah. It's tough, you know. I mean, you get ingrained in life. You know, you have you obviously you have your job or whatever you're doing. You might have married, you might have kids. It's just very easy to slip away, I guess, if you will. So kind of wrangled myself back in after 18, 20 years. 20, what year is it? 2017? Oh, yeah, it's been 20 years. So,
What year is it?
2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like we've been here
Well,
for about 2 months.
I got my 2 year in 97, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The math, me and math aren't friends, so.
We could tell.
Right. So Kyle, I know a little bit about Jeremiah. Jeremiah's been a student here for how many years?
Way too long.
Too long. Okay, we'll leave it at
Too long,
that.
you can't count.
We'll leave it at that. So I know a little bit about him. Where did you go to high school?
I went to Menor.
You did go to Menor.
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you do at Menor? Did you do anything? Sports, band,
I was in track.
track. What'd you do in track?
The 100-meter dash, and
Really?
the 4x100.
The 4x. I used to
Yeah.
do the 4x. I used to do the 220. I used to do shot put, discus.
I remember one time I almost dropped the baton because I was and this was in a race and too.
Right.
I almost dropped because the guy next to me like almost cut me off in my lane.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I almost dropped my baton because I was headed out. Because I was running, well, the people can't see me, but but I was
You
running
can act
like
it
this.
out. We got the camera. You can act it out.
But I was running like this, and had a baton out here, and the guy comes by and almost whacks it out of my hand.
Right. And then you would have to do what?
I would well, actually, if you drop it, you're disqualified.
Right.
No, it sucked.
Yeah, would have. Okay,
Thank-
so you
thank-
were a
thank God I wasn't the
runner,
anchor.
right? Oh, you were the anchor.
No, I
huh?
wasn't.
Oh.
Thank God I wasn't the
Yeah.
anchor.
So you were a runner.
Yeah.
You enjoy running now, or
I walk more than I do running.
right? Right. All right. Well, good. Glad to hear that. I just learned about these buttons. I got to do it.
I told you guys about it, but you
I
guys
probably went in one
sorta
ear and out the
went
other.
Of what?
Right.
Just like the whole phone thing?
So Jeremiah, we're coming up on our 15-minute left mark here. Do you have any kind of trivia question for any of the listeners who might be listening, at least in-house here at the Breakers facility, the S building, that they can come on? First of all, do you guys have any candy anymore?
Yeah.
You do
had
have
to
candy.
hide it.
You had to hide it. Okay.
Because it was some random person that keeps coming past, taking 2 big giant
Wow.
handfuls and walking out.
So it's random that you know. Do you know this person?
No.
So how do you know they're taking 2 giant handfuls? Or,
You go walk in the office and you see this random person in there with
Do you
a
have-
big hand of
do,
it.
do you? Okay, so you saw him then.
But I don't know his name in that.
You don't close and lock your doors.
Not when someone's in here.
Well, who was in here? Were you in here?
Well, whoever in the front studio.
Oh, okay. So it was probably going on. Okay.
So yeah,
That's good. Lock up your candy. I like that.
it's kind of sad.
Yeah. Sign of the times, man.
Entitlement. I hate that.
I don't necessarily know if it's entitlement or as much as it's a candy dish. I mean, people
Well,
put candy dishes out for people to take the candy.
Yeah,
So,
but thinking that you could abuse it in that. Back in the
well,
day,
it's like this. Time out. First of all, let's say it's Halloween, right? And you're at your place where you live, and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to be here for the 2 hours. Let me just dump a whole bag of candy,
Yeah.
and let's do the honor system. Which what happens?
Never works.
Never works. I was a kid one time. Come on.
Take as much as you want.
Oh yeah.
Because like back in the day,
Take the whole
I'll
bowl
go
and dump it in your
back. I'll
bag.
pull a Scott.
Right.
I'm going to let the oldness come out. Back in
And
the day,
Jeremiah, you are a ripe old age of 28.
I
if we're
know.
not- yeah, okay. So the listeners know.
Yeah. But like in 2010 at fair, whoever takes like 3, 4.
Right.
Now it's take 2 big giant handfuls and walk away. What?
Right. Are they the fun size? Like the little mini candy bars?
A little bit, but
Okay.
yeah.
Are they good? I mean, what do you got? What do you got to offer? Are they like Kit Kats, Hershey's?
Kisses?
Yeah, those are
Those are ancient.
those are typical candy dish fillers. I mean,
Yeah, but
I'm talking like Reese's peanut butter cup,
Kit
Kit
Kats,
Kats, yeah, the good stuff.
Hershey bars.
Right.
yeah, I don't have.
I
that
saw
much.
I saw at Drug Mart last night. There was like a big. It's an extra large Kit Kat. It was like that big.
Right.
So holy crap.
Unfortunately, I could probably eat that in one sitting.
Well,
in no
the
time.
biggest candy bar I've ever seen was like
Was it the 10-pound
it was
Hershey
like
bar?
It was like that big.
Yeah.
It was like
You
I
actually
want
know they make 25s.
I
Maybe
wanna
that's
say
what it is. Maybe that's
I
what
want
it
to say it was like
No,
15,
it's even
20
bigger than
bucks.
that.
$15, $20, something like that, or for a big candy bar. I mean, jeez.
First time I ever saw that was up in Canada at the duty free shop.
I think
And
I think
yes,
it
I
was
know
for,
I said
um,
Canada, but that's
I think it was
Well,
for like for like I want to say it was for Halloween or whatever it was. It came out or was for Sweetest Day. I can't remember. But
Could you
but they
imagine
don't-
being a kid getting that plopped in your
Yeah.
Halloween bag?
like, dang.
Speaking of which, does anybody? I mean, Halloween was huge for us when we were kids. I mean, absolutely huge. We were out there.
It's
for
died.
Holidays,
It's died
horrible.
down now.
I'd be lucky if I get
They give you
like
less
15
candy now.
kids. I mean, it was actually disappointing, but you know, when I was a kid, the full 2 hours running full bore, door to door, tripping over
yeah.
whatever these people leave in their, in their yards, and
I mean, I remember when I was a kid. There's one old couple. This old elderly couple would give us packets of gum.
right.
I was like, dang.
Well, still
Compared-
dumb.
It wasn't the little packet, the little the little like 10-pack ones.
Okay.
It was like the full. It was like the full like whoever comes in like a full pack of gum like I think it's like 16 sticks. It wasn't like the one we get like 5 sticks in it or whatever.
Right.
It was actually the big pack of gum.
Right.
Yeah, those were the
One time they
days.
gave us 1 year after that they gave us like a whole thing of like it was like a 3-pack of like of the 10 count of the 5 count ones.
Right. Right.
So that was nice.
I had a house actually refuse to give me candy.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Those are smart.
Because they looked at
Those
you.
are smart people.
They looked at you and saw your face. That's
Yeah,
why.
I don't blame them. They must
Compared
have
to yours?
You must
Shut up,
easy
Jeremiah.
boys. Easy.
No, actually, me and my sister were, like you said, running
Right.
nonstop. They tilled up the yard. We couldn't tell, and they put up like poles. So we dashed through there. Didn't realize.
So wait a
it.
minute. Did you? Okay, so they put up poles after you ran through their freshly tilled up lawn.
Well, they didn't have a wire around it. They only had the poles in the corner. Why would you put like a line?
Okay,
something?
so they got mad and didn't
Yeah.
give you their candy that was
Yeah,
due to
you guys
you.
went through the.
Did you have
whatever
muddy
yard.
shoes or anything, or was it dry?
It was dry.
Okay.
But why would you, if you till up your yard, you
First of all, that's the wrong. I understand you do a lot of that yard repair or
Yeah.
installations during the fall because of the cooler temperatures. It's just better for the grass to grow. But I would do it a little bit sooner than Halloween, knowing the kids would be running around the neighborhood.
then why would you put a string or something to connect the poles?
I don't know.
Just saying.
Maybe with some caution tape or something like that.
Something
Right.
you would think.
Only you, Jeremiah. Only you. Now you grew up in Eastlake, though, right?
Yeah.
What part?
Over there near Waverly.
Okay.
East 331st, that's where it happened at a house over there.
Okay.
I remember that still to that day.
I grew up in Harbor, so it's kind of like its own little city within the city. The neighborhood itself. But
Yeah, that was
yeah.
good times.
No, yeah.
Get yelled at by a guy and get out of here.
I mean, we've gotten some wild Halloween stuff. Rolled pennies. You used to think it was awesome. Obviously, as a kid, you had no concept of what you were getting. You just knew it was money, so you were happy to get rolled pennies. But
I got $1 once. That was about it.
yeah,
We had a house up the street from me that always gave out full-size candy bars.
that's awesome. We do that now. We'll actually just go to Mally's
literally.
over there in Menor and get some pretzel.
Yeah,
Because I always
know,
want to
wh-
buy the candy if it's left over that I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
I know 1 year I got you know you have those popcorn like wrapper and stuff and like the bag like the one you put in the microwave and stuff, the microwave popcorn and
Oh,
stuff.
Jiffy Pop. Or
No,
no microwave.
yeah, the microwave.
Gotcha.
I got one of those in my bag. Like, why would you give out microwave popcorn?
Why not? That's awesome.
Actually, someone did that near us. Besides, we had
I
another.
don't see anything wrong
And it
with
was
it.
expired too.
No, that's I
That
did
stuff will
mine.
last forever.
Yeah,
was
that's
gross.
like 2-3 years.
I never,
Yeah, that'd be
I never
fine.
opened it because because on package it's like it was like a couple months or a month old.
People, and listen, I know this from personal experience. People get weird during Halloween, right? When I used to live in Euclid, nonstop, 2 hours, solid passing out. I mean, we ran out probably within the first hour and 15 minutes. We still had like
Jeez.
45 minutes left, and it was a mad dash through our
We
cupboards.
always went.
I was
dropped
like
it.
old saltwater taffy, like just get rid of it.
The whole thing of you go home after so much, you
Right.
drop it,
Right.
have your parents go through,
restock.
take whatever that you don't want,
Right.
put it in a dish to give out to whoever.
Yeah.
You ever did that?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Oh yeah.
Besides
you get
every-
resourceful when you during Halloween.
You might as well get rid of the stuff if still trick or treats.
Actually, one of the best costumes I always love passing out because I like watching at least the homemade costumes. You know, the people, the kids who put some thought into it, or mom and dad help them out. One of the best ones was a homemade costume, and they were a vending machine.
What?
It was cool, you know, like a vending machine that a little bit different from the ones that we see around here, but the older ones where you'd push a button and you know it has the display, and you push a button and it pops out the bottom. You know. But I thought that was really
more
cool.
more like the 60s or 70s ones.
60s or 70s. Oh yeah.
On the one where we have like a tube and a tube and a tube and a button and the buttons on the below it and stuff. And you push the button and it pops out like a little dispenser. Yeah.
So, but yeah, time it's interesting, you know, as you get older, just reminiscing, but just seeing that evolution of how things go. So.
Yeah, somebody dressed up as a well, supposedly it was a ghost, but really it was a marshmallow.
Oh, okay.
It's like
multi-purpose.
Why would you have a sheet over your head because I thought it was a ghost. It was a marshmallow. Because like, what marshmallow has a sheet over their head?
I had people come up, they're dressed in just a hoodie and you know whatever.
Yeah.
I hate those people, man. Were they 16 years old?
Lack of imagination, I guess. Lack of imagination, but you know.
So you waited your closet.
I've seen some good ones. I've seen some good ones at the Halloween party down at the AFC. You know, you got the ones who get really, really creative. You get the ones who really kind of go out and either they rent a costume or buy a high buck one. But
I put makeup on like I do.
You can do makeup, twisted style. So.
I put all my Joker makeup on.
Joker, yeah.
Yeah. It's fitting to his personality.
Well, yeah, you Joker?
I like to prank people sometimes.
Okay. What are you going to pull on Jeremiah?
I don't know.
Don't worry, I have one.
Yeah, I know.
For him?
Not for someone. I actually came up with a really good one.
Right.
It's going to be very interesting.
Okay.
Very
Don't
scary.
prank call somebody, because that was just weird.
Just make sure you log out of like certain accounts you might leave open around Jeremiah. Gather all your personal items.
He prank called me one time. Like it was like mid afternoon. He prank called me where, and it was something about cats. It's like what?
Cat facts. Yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah. You took it hook, line, and sinker.
I knew it was stupid, so I hung up.
Right. You guys remember Jerky Boys, right?
No.
What?
Oh, the worst one was...
I remember Crank Yankers.
Crank Yankers is light compared to Jerky Boys.
The pizza one I did to Jesse.
Yeah.
He actually believed it.
Let's see if you guys have it. You guys might have a Jerky Boy something in here in the...
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, he believed the pizza one when
No.
I called Jesse.
Maybe next week, Kyle. Just for you, we'll play a Jerky Boys clip, but we got to find one that's kind of clean. I don't think they were too obscene, but
I don't think.
Wow, they were like almost like kings of crank phone calls.
I come up
Yeah, I
with
mean
some
they had a movie
creative ones.
too. What's that?
I come up with some creative ones.
Sal Rosenberg.
Literally.
Yeah.
Pizza delivery.
Ding dong.
The one that we called Spencer with, that was pretty creative.
Who's Spencer?
Our former member and treasurer. We were calling about we had concert tickets and everyone kept giving the ticket or the questions wrong.
Right.
So call him to see if you could get it to him.
Okay.
He didn't answer, so we ended up leaving a very interesting message on his voicemail.
Nice. Well, we're getting close to the 11 o'clock hour. You guys have anything upcoming?
10 o'clock hour.
What did I say? 11?
11.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's just 10.
It just all blends together. Do you guys have anything coming up on your guys' radio station calendar you want to plug? Promote?
Acoustic performances tomorrow.
You do? What time is that at?
10:10 what the 11:10 to an hour, and then it's 12:10 to 1:10.
Okay. Is it up here in the booth, or are you guys going to be doing it from satellite location?
It's downstairs in front of Breakers almost.
So you get some entertainment tomorrow for the students down on the first floor Breakers. You know, if you're looking for some good entertainment, stop at Breakers, get yourself either a hot or cold coffee, or whatever kind of drink or something.
Whatever.
Sit down and
wherever
sit down and chill, and hopefully be some good music. Who's coming?
Bobby from Promise Hero.
Yeah, my friend Bobby.
Your friend?
Gary Lee.
Okay.
Friend of 11 years. Well, it'll be 11 years next Tuesday.
Right on.
Not including
Maybe I'll try and pop up, maybe catch some of that. should be pretty good. I'm always
March 1st, March 28th, and 29th.
Okay,
It'll be
well, we got some
happening
time
another
for that,
3
but plug
times.
it. Plug it. Are you having more in those dates too?
Yeah.
Very cool. Guys are doing a
So
little
don't worry,
bit of a cafe calendar going on.
Yeah.
You know,
Enjoy your meal while you can listen to some good acoustic
Sure.
music.
Outstanding.
Don't worry, we got some evil plots.
But most people
Okay.
just have their headphones in anyway, so I don't know.
Well, but that's what you're trying to take.
Yeah.
You're trying to grab their attention. So
Yeah.
maybe. And maybe
With
these
people
artists
performing
are
and
worthy
stuff.
of taking my earphones out for.
Yeah.
So hopefully hopefully some good music.
I'll put this out here. Just wait till April.
Why? Spring Fling?
No.
Or you got your band schedule coming up, don't you?
Right now it's over 23.
23 bands. Wow, good for you.
The
for
sad
you.
thing is that's not going to be probably by the tail end of it. It's going to be at least 50 or so.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry, I'm trying to take your guys' show.
What? You can't do that.
What?
You can't take our show.
No, I'm going to take your show. Give you guys somebody.
Okay.
I'm not going to take your show. I'm just going to give you someone.
Someone to play the guitar while we're talking?
Yeah. Well, them to come in and you'll have to, ask about their career.
Okay,
and stuff
we can do that. We can do that. That's
Don't
not a
worry,
problem.
I'm trying to
That's not
take
a
you
problem.
guys. Yeah.
All right, well, let me recap here real quick. Today at 12 o'clock, Coffee with the Cops and the CLI. If you're not familiar with the CLI is, it's A2102, 2103. Officer Joe Colnane of the Lakeland Community College Campus Police Department will be speaking on his experiences as a team member of the United States Marshals Violent Fugitive Task Force at 12 noon. So if you're available and free, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes, it doesn't have to be the whole hour. We have people come and go frequently throughout, so pay it a little bit of a visit. It's very informative. It's cool. I think it's cool, obviously, for the industry I'm in, but some good information and enlightenment will hopefully be coming people's way. Other than that, I don't know anything coming up on other than just normal sports scheduling. Nothing major coming up. Nothing.
I don't think
Really
they
sticking
have
out?
baseball or softball.
No,
yet.
that's spring training.
No, I
spring is
mean
like
even
about
Lakeland.
next. No, it's
but,
actually this week.
Yeah.
itself.
Right.
I don't think they have that up.
Right.
Because I checked that last week.
All
We're
right.
trying to cover those.
All right. Well, everybody, that's about it. So I think we'll wrap up our weekly edition of the Scott and Steve Show. On behalf of Scott, I want to say thank you, and Jeremiah and Kyle. So I'm
Kyle?
never Kyle. I'm always going to do that.
I know, I
You
find
got to
it
take advantage of
hilarious.
that whenever you can. So
You're the only, or besides Matt.
I should
Matt
change my
does
name.
it.
what, Stan?
No, I should change my name to
Kenny?
somewhere else. No,
No, it has to be Kyle.
no.
All right.
Kyle?
I should change my name to Butters. I don't know.
Butterscotch?
Butterscotch.
Stotch. That's his last name.
No, it's Scotch.
Stotch.
It's Dutch or
That's T-O-C-T.
Is it really? I thought it was
It's not
Scotch.
Scotch. It's Stotch.
Oh my god.
Oh, Kyle.
Clyde.
Hi, Cloud Frog.
Dang it.
I love that show. All right, Kyle. I think we've had enough this
Mr.
week. But we'll
Garrison.
pick it back up. Everybody have a great day. Study hard and be safe.
The girl them skill arty. Thunderball, some give it to, some give it to, some give it to our girls. 5 million and 40 naughty shorty. Baby girl, all my girls, all my girls. Thunderball say, well, I'm on the way, the time cold. I wanna be keeping you